Before we head into the video, I'd love to give a shout out to the sponsor of the channel, RL Exchange. Now, RL Exchange is a great way to buy Rocket League items and credits on any platform at the cheapest prices so that you can build your dream setup. Make sure to go and check out their website using the top link in the description and use code TXC to get yourself 3% off your order. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video on episode 20 of Trading from Nothing all the way up to the Alpha Cap. Now, just before we do get into the trades, I'd like to mention we have literally just started a giveaway for the Titanium White Octane in the Discord server. The link is in the description down below if you would like to join up, and that is for hitting 16k on the channel. So I just want to say thank you so much for the insane support on the channel. Let's try and hit 150 likes on this video. But anyway, let's get straight in to the trades of episode 20. Okay, so we're starting off with the episode, and the inventory is around 47,000 credits. Now, we're not actually going to be making much profit in this video. It's just basically me selling a lot of the items that I've got in my inventory, such as the Dices. And I'm not going to lie, there has been a little bit of a market crash recently. I think every single Dice has gone down in value, so I think I sold them just before that happened, which is really good. But yeah, in this video, like I said, going to be selling a lot of hard to sell items instead of buying a lot of items. But in the first trade, we are picking up a Stipplegate. It's 500 minimum value. We pay 320, so we can make 180 credits profit when we do get that sold. We're also going to be selling our Interstellar on. Now, I didn't really want the black market. I was asking for just credits because Parallax and cheap black markets in general are not easy to sell right now. And if you do want a proper guide of how to trade and everything, I've literally uploaded a trading guide yesterday from beginner to professional. So if you want to watch that, it will probably help you out a load. And yeah, there's literally tips for everyone in there. So if you want to go and check it out, that'll be amazing. I'm just trying to get as many people to see that as possible, just so that I can help everyone that is trying to trade. Now, we're also going to be selling on a Cobalt Octane. I have mentioned in basically every episode that Octanes are really high in demand, so that means a load of people want them, so they're really easy to sell. So I'd highly suggest trying to get the mid value, which I managed to do here. I get 700 credits, not bad at all. It's 600 to 800, so in between that is going to be the mid value. So I will not say no to that. And yeah, we'll move on. And yeah, like I said, we're going to be trying to sell a lot of the Dices in this episode. I'm also going to be trying to get rid of a lot of the black markets I've got and basically just clear my inventory. What I like to do every once in a while is literally get rid of every single item in my inventory and just start fresh. I find it a lot more enjoyable and entertaining if I'm working with different items. So I'll just make sure that I can sell everything. So I'll be trying to get rid of literally all the items in my inventory, start fresh, and buy a load of more items in, just so that way I can experiment with more items, see what makes me more profit. And yeah, we also just picked up a Cobalt Octane for the Stipplegate. The Stipplegate I picked up for 320. Like I said, it's worth 500. So we picked up the Octane for 100 credits below the minimum value, but as you saw from a couple trades ago, you can sell the Octane for the mid value. So we'll actually be getting 200 credits profit from that trade. And also the Stipplegate is hard to sell, so an even more or just a better trade in general. Now we're also going to be picking up a Crimson Standard, this time 150 credits below the minimum value. This sells pretty well, so I'll just try and sell this for the minimum value. I think Octanes right now is probably the only thing I'm going to be trying to sell for the mid value, just because like I said earlier, there is a little bit of a market crash right now, so some items are just harder to sell than they would usually be. So just try and sell everything for the minimum value. Octanes still try and get mid for, and we do start finally selling the Dices. We've had this one for absolutely ages. We do finally sell it for the minimum value, which is perfect. We also do get a Forest Green Standard in there, so that adds up to 3.4k, which is the minimum value for the Dicey, which is perfect because I'm not sure how much it dropped by, but as soon as I sold it, it did drop, I'm pretty sure the next day, and literally all of them have dropped at the same time. So the Sky Blue one has dropped by 200 credits. A lot of the other ones have dropped by more, but yeah, I don't know why, but literally all of the Dices have gone down. And I think I'm only losing out with the Forest Green one because I sold all of them apart from the Forest Green, which I still have in my inventory now. But yeah, I definitely saved myself here. It's a good idea to spend a couple of hours just working on selling these Dices. And yeah, we also do manage to sell on the Crimson Standard in this trade. We just sold on the Pink Dicey for 3.5k, which once again is the minimum value. Now, they're actually a lot easier to sell than I thought they would be. But yeah, I have found that I've been stuck with quite a few Dices, so just getting them gone is perfect, clearing out the inventory like I mentioned earlier, and we are going to be getting 600 credits for the Crimson Standard. Once again, trading with CZ, who's on our old garage. His price is really good, and I've sold a lot more items to him since this trade right there as well. So we do manage to sell on the Sky Blue Interstellar. Now this was actually really hard to sell as well, which sort of surprised me, because Sky Blue is a really good paint. It has quite a high demand, or a very high demand, on other items. It's one of the most expensive paints, but I did find it very hard to sell, but I did manage to eventually get the minimum value for it, which is perfect. Once again, clearing up the inventory, getting some credits, and just building up our credit. Now, one item which I just want to draw your attention to is the Crimson Encryption in my inventory. Now, I think I've made a mistake with this item, because it won't sell at all when it's recently dropped by 200 credits. If I do sell it for the minimum value, I'm still getting 600 credits profit, but there's been no interest to it at all, which is not too great. So I'm still going to work on trying to get that sold, but I don't know if it's going to happen. I might be stuck with it for weeks on end. The White Tunica as well is really, really hard to sell. I wasn't expecting that, because Titanium White, obviously the best paint in the game, but can't sell it. And we do manage to sell the Dicey here, which is good. We're just clearing some of the hard to sell items as well. We're getting the minimum value, which is perfect. But literally everything in the inventory, apart from the 2 items which I've got in the trade, are hard to sell. So yeah, I'm going to be working on getting the easier to sell items gone first, such as the Octane and the Standard, and then after that I can spend a couple of hours working on just selling the hard to sell items. Now I am listing them up on RL Garage and RL Trading Post. I'll just keep refreshing them as well, just so that more people see my posts, and yeah, I'll just try and get them sold. But like I said, nothing too much is happening, and Forest Green Dicey is the only one which I'm still stuck with. And yeah, recently dropped, like I said, so not looking too great. I still will make 100 credits profit on it, but I try and make at least 500 to 1k profit per Dicey, and that's not going to happen by the looks of it with the Forest Green. We do manage to pick up a White Interstellar for 250 credits below the minimum value, which is perfect. We can go on to sell that for the minimum value and get that 250 credits profit. White Interstellar is actually looking pretty good on the spreadsheet right now. It's gone up by a little bit. It was around 1.6, 1.7, gone up to 2k, which is really good, because it's a very nice looking item and a bit underrated in my opinion. But yeah, I think it's a really good item to make profit on as well. Maybe buy it for 200 to 300 below the minimum value, and then sell it on for minimum maybe in about half an hour to an hour of trading, because it's not a hard to sell item, but it's not one of the easier ones either. It's sort of in the middle, but we still do manage to make a lot of profit on it. And I think I've made probably around 1,000 credits profit on that item alone throughout this series, which is perfect. Now please do let me know down below what you've actually been making a lot of profit on recently, because I think Octanes have been really good to me. Dicey haven't been too great. Yes, I am getting them sold, but it still took a while. Black markets like Interstellar have been decent, but once again the Sky Blue one was really hard. Standards have actually been quite good. I sold a Crimson one in this episode, and also the Forest Green one, which I am selling right now. But I don't know, I just feel like I'm not making as much profit, and the market's dying even more still. And I'm not going to lie, that might be due to the market, the item shop rather, because there's been a few gold items in the item shop recently, which maybe brings down the price in the market, because loads of people want credits, therefore they quick sell their items to get the credits, and then credit value goes up. So I guess it's easier to underpay for items right now, but a little bit harder to sell them. But anyway, that's going to bring us to the end of the video. Let's try and hit 150 likes on this episode. That'll be amazing. And like I mentioned at the start of the video, we're giving away a White Octane right now in the Discord server, so make sure to join up. And yeah, you could be winning yourself a White Octane. But anyway, thank you so much for watching to the end. Make sure to comment Alpha Cap down below, and I'll make sure to reply to your comment. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
Me